never a dull moment around here. Another interesting day in the neighborhood. And today it was at my local Safeway where I was followed. I have pretty good spidey senses. I've traveled a long time by myself. I've had a lot of crazy experiences over the years. And I know when somebody's on my tail. And in that store, I caught a guy taking pictures of me, then following me, then texting, communicating with someone. And I went into the supplement section and crouched down to get my phone and look at some supplements, and I saw him there again. And I got up and I went over and said, "Why are you following me?" And he said, "Well, I'm waiting for a prescription." I said, "Bullshit, you're not. You're following me." And I went around to the bread. He wasn't behind me anymore. I thought I lost him. Or at least he backed off. And then I went over to get the flowers to beautify my environment during lockdown. They were $1 each. It's going to be gorgeous in here, by the way. I'm not letting it get me down. In any case, there he was again, so I got a shot. It wasn't a great one, but at least something. When I went to the cashier, who, now I've been going to this store for 20 years, so they know me. I don't cause problems. Pretty easy going. In any case, I told her, I said, "There's a man here and he's following me in the store and I'm afraid for my safety." And she said, "What do you want me to do? Get the manager?" I said, "You know what? I'm going to try to leave, and if I see him behind me again, I'll be back." And so that was our plan. I left and everything was fine. He wasn't behind me, and nor was he behind me coming from my home or anywhere else. So I don't know how he popped up so quickly, but I'll tell you, the Garda on his jacket was the very same as yesterday, and the very same energy. How he was there, I don't understand. That's a little confusing. In any case, I know I've had stalker types over the years a couple of times. So going to the police is absolutely useless. You don't do that. It's just not going to be, it's not going to bear fruit. For me, protection is taking snaps and putting them on my Facebook and my Instagram and making sure they know who is bothering me. Taking pictures of me. Building some information on me. Pretty simple, girl. They'll have seen today I eat really well. I'm not being paid by anybody, and I'm not profiting from this. I come from absolute authenticity in this. My motives are pure. My concern is that this manufactured virus has been unleashed and it's changing all our lives. Yet the story or the official narrative does not ally with what we're seeing on the ground. It does not ally with what I'm seeing in my community. And it's willing us into martial law. Now you see, I've traveled a lot to places where they have police states like El Salvador, Guatemala, Nicaragua. I get it. I know people that live there that deal in it every day. And us Canadians and Americans and Brits and Australians and most of the West, we have freedom and rights. And I don't think a lot of us really understand, or not enough, that when you give up these rights, you seldom get them back the way you left them. There's a certain sociopathy in all of this, and we're being gaslighted into silence. When I went to the doctor yesterday, I had a legitimate concern. I had to get a prescription, and the shot was there. When I was told the protocol, it alerted me that, Houston, we have a problem. There is no oversight. And this is changing our lives. I am in no way ever discounting the manufactured virus and its potency. Not at all. But I'm wondering why we would be calling a hotline to get a test for COVID-19 when it doesn't have a cure and really serves no purpose to us except to provide them an industry and a new product. And the fact that government and universities here in Saskatchewan are capitalizing on this, and again, deals like this, they don't just magically appear. No. This is what we're concerned about. And rightfully so. I see people maintaining and doing what they're told. I do. And I'm not going to be intimidated. I'm not. What I am going to do is ramp it up. What I'd like is to get more people on the bandwagon here of collecting this data. We really need this data. WHO, Johns Hopkins, / and your local and official government figures. We need snaps of those. You need to watch those. And if you see any jumps, if you're interested in doing this, let me know. Tiffany, of course, found that in Washington State today on my Facebook. Another big jump, like 70%. Kind of like the 75, 80% jumps I saw in Saskatchewan and BC overnight with no probable cases. The numbers aren't working. And that's when you know they're cooking the books. As the agenda rolls out, it's super important that we continue to spread the love and light that truth is. I've worked very hard at my Facebook page in really cultivating a place of discussion, because on my journey of speaking my truth, I've lost, or I thought I lost, a few along the way. I did. They were silent. And I was a little sad, but I knew when I started that it was important that the discussion be like the education material, so that they would be reading through it and learning. And I honestly didn't know that happened with some of the old people that I knew. I didn't. Because I saw no indication of a like or a love or anything, even angry, nothing. And then all of a sudden, with this crisis upon us, I'm hearing from people. A girl I grew up with that is in Mexico in a tight spot, trying to figure it out with her and her husband. And the fact that she reached out to me and wanted to know my opinion, that was pretty cool. I've had several people reaching out to me, quite a few actually. I've heard from Uganda, I've heard from Peru, I've heard from Ontario today. all over Washington State. So people are on this. We need to use this technology they have bestowed upon us to our advantage now and start pulling the data, because that's all we can do right now. We have to identify the holes in the COVID-19 caper. It is a caper. And the fact that there's no oversight is absolutely shocking. The fact that universities here in my province are involved in, oh man, oh man, oh man. In any case, no intimidation. We move forward. I'm hoping that I can get some warriors here to pick up their area so we can start really pulling this apart. And throughout it, that we keep the love and light going, just like on my feed. The thing is, the truthers get depicted as dark, anarchists, against society. And we're not. Every person here is love and light. That's why they're here. The dark guys, the Cabal, that's you know who. You see, people get mixed up because there are official organizations involved here and billionaires and people that have foundations and philanthropists. But they do that to give them a significant advantage. They don't do it for the goodness of their heart. It's got nothing to do with that. No. It's political advantage. They're all in on it, people. And we've got inconsistencies that need to be identified. Let's stay in the light and defy the dark, because humanity depends on it. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And of course, Facebook and Instagram, I'm pretty active over there. And if you want to learn more, that's the place to do it, because the discussions are fabulous. We're learning so much every single day. And life is one big lesson after another. So join us and keep well and strong. Get lots of sleep. This is going to be a ride.